Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
It's because everyone's talking about this.
Always live, always real, always unpredictable.
I think that's taking it to another level.
Yeah. Log on and join our live conversation.
Know that you can't control yourself? That is embarrassing. Okay.
DBL starts right now.
3, 2. Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Monday, March 4th. We're live and we're talking about what you're talking about. I'm here with Erica and Brandon. I'm Jeff, and we have to start with some sad news tonight, guys. Tributes are pouring in for actor Luke Perry. The Beverly Hills 90210 and Riverdale star passed away this morning. He was 52 years old. He never recovered from the massive stroke he had last week and died this morning surrounded by his family. Luke Perry became a heartthrob in the 90s thanks to his role as Dylan McKay on the show Beverly Hills 90210. His family released a statement saying they appreciate the prayers and support, and the set of Riverdale is shut down today, and execs tell TMZ in part, Luke was an incredible, caring, consummate professional with a giant heart and a true friend to all. And celebrities are reacting to the news as well. Actress Patricia Arquette tweets, irreplaceable, beautiful, and a kind human being, incredible friend, generous actor, and adoring father. And actress Olivia Munn tweets, Luke was my first crush. I used to dream of making it to LA just to meet him. And one of Luke's 90210 co-stars, Ian Ziering, tweeted, dearest Luke, I will forever bask in the loving memories we've shared over the last 30 years. Luke Perry is survived by his daughter Sophie and his son Jack. Some very sad news today. All my Instagram feed, Twitter feed, all thoughts and prayers for Luke Perry, and obviously from the show here, we wish his family well too. It's sad when you have two young kids like that too.
Yeah, you know, and it's just, I mean, 52 years old, you don't anticipate something like that happening. But it really does go to show like how fragile and how short life is, and how important it is that you live each day, because people say you only live once and really you only die once. Like, you have to live every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, how your Twitter feed and your social media feeds have been blowing up with people sending their condolences. That just goes to show the type of impact he left.
Yeah.
You know, he had his family there, his sons, some of his family members around him when he passed away. That just goes to show how you were loved before you passed away. So I hope he rests in power. And you know, it's a big deal if a Riverdale shuts down production for a day.
Yeah.
That guy, you know, he's loved. Rest in power.
Yeah, man, it's just crazy. I grew up with that guy, you know, so thoughts and prayers. All right, guys, tonight, part 2 of Michael Jackson's documentary, Leaving Neverland, will air on HBO. It follows two men who accused Michael Jackson of sexual abuse when they were just young boys. But now there's more. After that airs tonight, there's another special on HBO. Let's get over to Raquel Vina with news at the moment.
That's right, Jeff. Oprah's interview with Michael Jackson's accusers, Wade Robson and James Safechuck, will air tonight. In it, she asked Wade why he's still associated with Jackson. Watch.
Can you explain to people why you want to continue the association if you have been abused?
I had no understanding of it being abuse. You know, I loved Michael. And all the times that I testified, and, you know, the many, many times that I gushed over him publicly in interviews or whatever it may be, that was from a real place.
Jackson's fans are now targeting Oprah, tweeting hate-filled messages, maintaining his innocence, and sparking a Mute Oprah hashtag. Her special After Neverland will air right after part 2 of the documentary at 10 p.m. Eastern Time tonight.
Thank you, Raquel. Before we get into this, we have a little insight right here. You were actually at that taping.
Yes, I was. So here's the thing. Regardless of what you believe to be the truth, Oprah has always been very honest about the fact that she is a victim of child abuse at an early age, from 13 on. And she has been transparent about that. To give someone a platform who is claiming to have the same experiences is kind of her responsibility. And I don't think there was ever a time that it was like bashing Michael Jackson in that room in terms of coming from her. I think what she was doing was opening up a conversation, and she talks a lot about, and you should watch it because everybody wants to jump to conclusions before they know anything or have seen or heard anything. But really, it's out there for public information to make sure that the allegations if they're true or not, they're true in some capacity to someone. And the fact of the matter is there are victims of child sexual abuse every single day, perhaps even in your family, and people don't even know what to look for. So what Oprah was doing was giving this conversation a platform. So before you start jumping to conclusions and muting people and not knowing what you're talking about, I would strongly suggest that you use these tools because they're very solid tools, and perhaps you could save your child.
Exactly. And in all fairness, I watched part 1 of the documentary last night. There was no Michael Jackson bashing. They were telling their side, and the 2 men involved in this allegation were very complimentary towards Michael Jackson, just like you saw in that little clip. I loved Michael. I was in love with Michael. There was no abuse there on their part. Again, part 2 airs tonight. I'm going to continue watching. I went into this, and I remember if you guys tuned in last week, I went into this with a bias, hoping this was not true with Michael Jackson. I didn't want this to be true. I grew up with Michael Jackson. He was a hero of mine. I'm sure everyone else out there too. When you watch the documentary, and now I have 2 small boys, I had a complete 180 change of heart. I believe these young men. I believe their stories were too similar, and I actually blame the parents, if anything. If you don't want to believe there was abuse going on, believe that leaving your child with an adult man when you're 7 years old and leaving for days on end is wrong. That's bad parenting.
Right. No, you're right.
What I have to ask you, because going on reading the comments and social media, there are a lot of people who, like you said, are upset with the Oprahs, who are upset with these 2 guys. During these Q&As, and without giving, just giving out the entire situation that happened, did she ever ask them, or especially Wade, why did he testify under oath in 2005?
All of that is addressed, and it's also important to note that the audience was filled with sexual survivors of childhood abuse and the people that supported them. So that conversation is very well-rounded, and again, it's an amazing tool. So before you start muting people, I would suggest you at least know what you're talking about.
Last question, do you think she's going to talk to anyone from the Jackson estate? Do you think she sits them down and allow them to refute some of these allegations?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. And watch the documentary, watch the special before you make your opinions, because I think a lot of people are saying mute Oprah just because they're fans of Michael Jackson, and trust me, I felt the same way you did going into this whole thing. So just watch it, make your own opinion.
And good luck muting Oprah.
All right, guys, we're going to switch gears now to some lighter news, of course. It looks like love is in the air, and we have new couple alerts tonight, starting with actor Ben Affleck. It looks like he could be back with his ex, Lindsay Shookus. While the 2 were spotted together Sunday night, it's still just a rumor right now. And meanwhile, Pete Davidson is moving on from Ariana Grande. He was seen locking lips with Kate Beckinsale at a hockey game last night, but let's take a closer look. Okay? Wow. It's a lot of tongue going on in there.
Did we need a closer look?
There's also a 20-year age difference between the 2, but that's not all that was going on at the game. Look at who is sitting next to them. That's Anthony? Yes. I'm pronouncing that correct, just so you know. Anthony Povrovsky from Queer Eye. There are a ton of memes coming out commenting on Anthony, beginning with the 3rd wheel. I mean, just look at this reaction right there. There's Anthony. Here's one meme. You can see it says, my bed and my New Year's resolution to work out in the morning. So to translate, I'm obsessed with my bed, while my New Year's resolution is 3rd wheel and being ignored. So this inspired us to create some of our own memes. Let's take a look. Here's mine. There's me, I'm obsessed with boy bands, and the D-Bell Nation is looking over very confused why I like boy bands. And here's another one you guys might like. There's Brandon. He's obsessed with girls in his DMs, and Eric is looking over.
That's just rude. My mom.
Oh, man.
Hey, I didn't make those up, Brandon.
Mom, I don't entertain my
Why
DMs,
are you
Mom.
lying to your mother like that? Sister girl, you know that is not the truth.
Well, then that's not your face then, because when I tell you DM stories, you be like, ooh, sips tea. Ooh.
I have never sipped any tea.
Okay, you have. It was water.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's just say Anthony Porofsky is all of us. Because anytime anybody's going through that much PDA, I mean, that just seems like that's unnecessary.
And Pete Davidson, someone please, we have women in the audience right now in the room. How does he go? How does he get Ariana Grande and Kate Beckinsale? What am I doing wrong?
You got to get into comedy, buddy.
I got to become funnier. I got to become funny. Get out the DMs.
That was the nicest thing I've ever done for you, is just not say anything about what you did wrong.
Maybe in the break we'll get at you. All right. A popular 90 reboot is getting a reboot, just like I said. Stephanie Jones has a story and it's coming in hot.
The Sandlot is coming back 26 years after the original film release. The original cast will return to star in a TV series, which is a sequel to the 1993 cult classic. The reboot takes place in the 1980s, which is 22 years later, meaning that Squints, Ham, and Scotty Smalls will all be men, and some of them reportedly will have children of their own. We all know the movie ended with Benny the Jet Rodriguez making the big leagues, so maybe the series will be picking up from there. It hasn't been announced which streaming service has picked up the show or when it will be released, but I know that I can't wait. What do you think, DBL Nation?
Write us in and let us know, guys. We'll be right back.
I'm feeling good.
Make the most of your business card with Vistaprint.
I'm feeling good.
500 standard cards start at just $9.
All right, so Brandon's still complaining over there about Pete Davidson.
Ariana Grande and Kate Beckinsale. And we have to do Win a Date with Brandon. Like something, it's just, I need to go to church. Something's not right in my life. Something's not right in my life.
I offered, before Win a Date with Brandon, to coach him on what he could be doing better to pull something.
And then he went
When
on
was this?
And then he went on a date and he was on his cell phone.
I did say that. You were like, you should be in my ear. I was like, I definitely should, because I would tell you just quiet.
Ooh, that would be a great segment, huh? Brandon goes on a date, but Erica secretly is telling him everything to say, and Brandon can't say anything of his own.
It's called the David Letterman.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, they do that all the time, but this would be a good one.
What? Give me something. Give me something you do. Give me something you tell me to say.
I'm just telling you, I have a lot to offer.
I don't know, Erica. You make me ask a lot of questions. Like, I don't know.
Maybe the right questions.
Yeah.
Give me one. I hope one, if it's what I think it is. What's your credit score? Come on. You gotta ask that.
You ask a girl what their credit score is?
No, I was just joking.
Oh.
That's just something Erica would tell me to ask.
I would not tell you to ask a girl.
I was just checking. I was.
Why would I tell you to ask her what her credit score is?
I was just joking. I keep you on your toes. But what is something you would tell me to ask?
It's not even about asking. It's about not asking sometimes.
What do you ask? Seriously, when you go on a first date and you sit down, what do you ask? Like, what are your opening questions?
Brandon does a shtick.
Oh boy.
When he is on a first date. It's a shtick. I know it's.
You know it's true?
No,
you have like
I just
a
want to
routine?
hear. No, I don't have a routine. I like being myself, unapologetically me.
That
wasn't a first date that I was on that time that we were all out.
That time, but the next time it was the same thing as the first girl. This is what happens when you date my friends.
Welcome back to DBL. All month long, our very own Tori Schulman is talking with TV legends from the past to find out where they are now. So she headed to the Hollywood Museum to sit down with Michael Learned, better known as Olivia Walton from the Waltons. Let's check it out.
I'm sitting here with what I think we all feel is Mom. When she walked in the room, that's what I called her. This is Michael Learned, and she has won 3 Emmys for portraying Olivia Walton on The Waltons. What is it like to be a mom to millions of people?
It's wonderful. You know, most people are predisposed to like me.
Yeah.
Because I played this really rather nice character. The big struggle was to try to find flaws in her. I mean, I would always be after Earl Hamner, who created the show. Didn't your mother ever make a mistake?
Tell me something
she
she did.
scold the wrong child, didn't she?
Real.
Because all mothers make mistakes.
That's true. Your first audition is not usually your best audition. Olivia was your first audition.
They were looking for a middle-aged woman with long red hair. In her 40s. I was 32 and I had short blonde hair.
Just like you.
And I was hungover.
What?
I end up being Mother of America.
That's hilarious. Had you gone out the night before? Tell us about the party.
No, I was just drinking too much. I was going through a divorce with a frozen orange juice can in my Volvo gas tank because I couldn't afford a cover. And I was a wreck. I was a total wreck when I got that show.
And then from there to there. So it's possible.
Yeah. I got sober. It was just a whole new life. Yeah.
Wow.
So that show really, in some ways, I think saved my life.
I think it saved a lot of people's lives. In the beginning, the Waltons hit on some majorly controversial topics. I mean, book burning, miscarriages, menopause. Tell me about that. Was that something you were proud of?
Oh, absolutely. And the show should be shown in schools as part of history because it's kind of a chronicle of the Depression era and that period in our American history.
She was there in sort of the middle of the hardest part, the Depression, the Dust Bowl, World War II. What would she say to her family about America now?
We just have to trust in each other as human beings. In the best part, there are evil people in the world, but most of us are good people and decent people, and we want what's best for ourselves, for our families, and for our country. And I think Olivia would go along with that.
So what was it like behind the scenes for the Waltons?
I don't even want to go there.
Go there,
I saw more than I ever wanted to see in my life. Ralph and Will Gere just loved mooning people.
Really? Now, you've worked with everyone. Is there anyone that you would feel starstruck about working with?
Robert Redford, I adore him. I've had a crush on him all my life.
Who hasn't? Now, you are starring in Second Acts, a short film about two 70-year-olds who find love in spite of prejudices. So we're living in this divisive time. What do you hope people take away from Second Acts?
That love is love. It's a love story between a white woman and an African-American man, you know, who couldn't get together when they were younger because of the racial divide. It's just a love story between two people, really.
What does Goodnight John Boy mean to you?
Everything. It just means that the show resonated with people, with their hearts.
Yeah.
Good night, Mama.
Good night, Papa.
Good night, Elizabeth.
Good night, Jim Bob. Good night, John Boy. Good night, everybody.
It was a huge honor to meet you, huge honor to sit with you, and thank you for being an actress that really trains and works and is still working today.
Thank you.
Great job, Tori.
Yeah, well, that was a great story because it's actually a really great comeback story.
Yes.
She was having issues. She decided to change her life because she was given a second chance. We could all learn from that story.
Absolutely. And you have a little news yourself that you're excited about.
I just stumbled upon the fact that Tamron Hall is pregnant. I'm so excited for her. She is 32 weeks along. I'm just learning this, and I'm super excited. Tamron, when we were in Chicago, Tamron was in Chicago, so I've been following her career for a really long time. She's such an amazing lady. Tamron, congratulations.
Congratulations on the baby, the new show coming out. A lot going on.
Good for you,
Congrats, Tamron. All right, coming up on DBL, our own Stephanie Jones faces her fear of reptiles. She's got a snake right there. Let's see what happens when we come back.
It's only a matter
Internet trolls are coming for Captain Marvel. A new trailer is out for X-Men Dark Phoenix, Aquaman 2 gets a release date, and Kingdom Hearts DLC is on the way. Well, that was quick. That's all next in The Jump Off. I'm Abby, and welcome to The Jump Off. I'm here to bring you all the latest news in gaming, tech, and nerd culture, so let's get started right now. Rotten Tomatoes is fighting internet trolls. The movie review website is changing its system so that movies can't be reviewed before release. This is all happening because of all the negative reviews on Captain Marvel. It reportedly looks like one of the least anticipated Marvel movies on Rotten Tomatoes when that wasn't the case at all. Fandango reports ticket pre-sales have been bigger than Aquaman and Wonder Woman. We're getting our first look at X-Men Dark Phoenix, and it looks crazy. In case you forgot, there's still another X-Men movie or two waiting to come out before the characters all join the MCU later this year. Dark Phoenix and New Mutants are said to be the last two movies before they join the MCU, and it's set to come out June 7th. After making $1 billion at the box office, Aquaman is diving back in. My man. The 2018 film went on to become the DC Cinematic Universe's most successful project yet, and Warner Brothers is hoping the sequel will make an even bigger splash. Aquaman 2 is set to release on December 16th, 2022. As someone who was pleasantly surprised by the first film, I hope this production goes swimmingly. The good people at Square Enix confirmed both free and paid DLC is on the way for Kingdom Hearts 3. It took them 13 years to release this sequel, so the thought of DLC within a year surprised the heck out of gamers. Gamers are hoping to see the DLC take them to the worlds of Star Wars and hopefully Marvel. It's all Disney, so why not? That's it for The Jump Off. As always, I'll be here every week with the latest in gaming, tech, and nerd culture. We'll see you next time.
Welcome back to DBL. Now, I consider myself to be pretty brave. I mean, I moved all the way to America on my own, for goodness sake. But I've always been terrified of snakes and spiders. And this winter on DBL, we've all been promising that we're going to face our fears for you guys. Watch this. Today, I am visiting Denver Zoo to face my fear of creepy crawlies and snakes. Jay's gonna help me, I hope.
We'll ease you into it.
I'm ready.
Okay, here's our giant waxy tree frog. Yeah, these guys are great, you can see.
They look cute. Yeah. He looks like a grumpy old man.
They kind of do.
So after checking out the majority of the animals with Jake,
hello.
I'm now gonna be talking to Brian. Brian's a zookeeper, and this guy loves snakes. All right, Brian, tell me, why on earth did you pick to look after snakes?
I got into snakes because they're an animal that people really don't like very much.
Yeah.
And I've always been a fan of the underdog. So you express fears about things that are irrational. We don't know where it comes from, but it's something that we have to reckon with.
I'm not promising anything, but I'm gonna try to be as bold as I can because I know that this is my one chance to do that. All right.
Deep breaths.
Yeah.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
Just think good.
Yeah.
We'll wander over here and get this.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh dear God.
I'm just gonna come over here and sit down.
All right then.
You're doing great. Just keep breathing.
Yeah.
It's important to breathe.
Is that snake okay? Because he's moving a bit.
He's fine. She's just readjusting herself.
I'm gonna try to be really brave. Just 2 fingers.
2 fingers. Just
and I push that way.
Yep. Either way you want to go.
Oh God.
You can try it multiple times if you want.
I'm so scared.
You're fine.
Okay.
There you go. You're doing it. You're doing it.
It doesn't feel like how I imagine at all. I've got a question. If you hold her head, can I hold that?
Yes, you can.
But not the head.
You're just going to deal with the very, very back half. So
what do I do? Just
hold your hands flat. I'll help you with this.
Yeah, just please don't let his face come near me.
That. Look at that.
Yeah.
Bet you never thought you'd do that.
No. Oh my gosh.
See now?
I'm really proud of myself. This is like a really big deal. It's not going to wee on me or anything, is it? So guys, I'm officially touching and semi-holding a snake. So if I can try and overcome my fears, you guys can too. Woo.
Nice, Steph. Way to conquer your fears.
Thanks, guys.
What part do you think you were holding, if you could guess?
I have no idea. Some part. I mean, who knows, Jeff? It's a snake. If it's not the head or the tail, God knows what that bit is. The torso?
I don't know. I just put you on the spot there.
It was a delightful experience. I'll tell you that much for free.
So now that you got over your fears, would you do like a photo shoot holding a snake?
Like a Britney Spears thing?
Like Britney Spears.
I wouldn't be like wanting to do it. If I was getting paid, I'd think about it. But for fun, absolutely no way.
That's fair.
That is fair. So you could be bought. Good to know. Thanks, Steph. You did a great job. We'll be right back, guys.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
If a dirty CPAP is making you sick, you're not alone.
I was getting... Welcome back to another amazing episode of Beauty Blast. I'm your guy, Jure Banks, and today we're talking about some of the amazing beauty looks we saw at the Oscars this weekend. Now, starting off at number 1, let's talk about Jennifer Lopez, guys. This woman looked amazing at the red carpet. She came through with a beautiful blowout created by her hairstylist, Chris Appleton, hairstylist of all the celebrities, and she also used her personal makeup artist, Scott Barnes. Amazing makeup artist, and we were thinking that Scott used some of his own products from his own Scott Barnes line, as well as the Inglot JLo collection to create this beautiful bronze smoldering look. Now, who we also have on our top 3 list today is the one and only Denai Guerrero. Now, this beautiful woman was really seen last year in Black Panther and showed out on the red carpet. She came through with amazing Nefertiti braids, and she she also had this beautiful, elegant look that was hitting all of our lists from our previous video that we talked about last week with our premonitions for the Oscars this week. Now, with this look, she used all Black Opal products. So this was Black Opal foundation, Black Opal blush, contour. She even used Black Opal eyeshadow and lip color in this. So this is actually a very affordable look. Any of you guys who are looking at home to create a similar look to Denai's, check out your local Walmart or even go into blackopal.com to see some of those amazing drugstore products. Our next celebrity is the one and only Constance Wu. Constance was seen last year in Crazy Rich Asians and truly made a show-stopping appearance on the red carpet. She showed out in this beautiful marigold gown that really kind of reminded me of Bella from Beauty and the Beast, but in the most elegant way. Now what she also did is went with the one and only queen mother of makeup, Miss Pat McGrath, for this beautiful captured look. She had a gorgeous berry lip on, beautiful clean glass skin, and a very soft yet dramatic eye. Just enough for you to see what's going on over there without being, ooh, that's too much. It was absolutely beautiful. Now, some of the more trends that we're gonna be seeing going on through 2019, once again, are gonna be those metallic eyes, that glass skin, and that bold lip. So make sure that you're also putting those into your everyday routine, guys. Now, message me your questions. What do you wanna see on the next Beauty Blast? Message me right over at Jeray for the Slay on Instagram or Twitter. We'll see you guys next week for Beauty Blast, guys.
Welcome back to DBL. Remember those memes we were showing you earlier in the show? Well, our producer Lex had to make one for you, Steph, because we can't leave you out. So here it is. There's the snakes, the DBL producers right there, and Steph third wheeling and looking very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think that definitely represents how I felt in that moment, for sure.
You did a good job there.
Yes, very proud of you.
Blast.
Yeah, we have a couple comments from the DBL Nation. Samantha says, those memes are great, keep them coming. And Shay says, Brandon, how many girls are you chatting with in your DMs? And can I slide in?
Ooh!
Currently, there are.
See, you don't listen. You don't listen. She just asked if she could slide.
Well, you got one more coming, buddy. We'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same place.